Hello everybody, welcome back to the DPC SA Division 2 Summer Tour with myself, Epidamnos, and joining me is Bowie. We're blessed with another best of one, which is going to resolve our tiebreakers that we have within this Division 2 tour. And this time, South Team are going to be playing again, but they are indeed against Balrogs. So who will be able to come out top on this one? I don't think there's any danger possibly here of elimination, but we'll see. Maybe perhaps South Team are okay. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, if South Team wins, they're safe.
Yeah.
Right? Because they won against both. And then it's on Balrogs and the G-Pride team that just lost to battle each other out.
Remaining.
And the loser of that is eliminated. The winner of that stays in Division 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Remaining.
That's kind of how it goes. But yeah, I mean, this is, Balrogs, they actually were a Division 1 team, and they really struggled when they got kicked out because, they had some standing problems with Quinteka. But he's actually playing this match because they are out of standings. Really weird situation that team is facing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Dire team ban.
Yeah. Now, we do have a draft, right?
We do. We got the draft right in front of us. We got ourselves Puck and Tiny coming out on Balrog, so we're going to see Tiny for the second time. But on the other side, a South Team picked themselves some versatile heroes that we haven't seen get played before. We got ourselves Doom. Maybe perhaps we've seen Visage a few times, but Doom I haven't seen in quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, basically, Balrogs just watch Hermit own with Beastmaster, and they're like, alright, let's not ban Visage, let's ban Beastmaster, let's give him the other OP hero. And that's how we ended up here. Doom is, he is good. Like, just like we sometimes see Enchantress just getting that creep and zapping mana, Doom does the same thing, but like you keep the aura forever, and that aura is very strong. It allows Doom to be sustainable. It gives your offlaner infinite mana, and Visage spam, like the cooldown being 4 on that W spell, just allows them to really play aggressive. I do like the opener on Balrogs though, because that Puck from Robo-Z, that is a very, not only one of the best mid heroes right now, but is one of the best Robo-Z heroes. Love what they did. At least they do grab one OP hero during this draft.
And some bans coming out. Interestingly, Balrogs going to ban the Bristleback. Yes, I can see that in my head there, why they definitely would indeed want to ban that after seeing the last performance being played by Renner himself. So he will not be getting that hero.
Yeah, definitely. Not only a super strong hero, but a hero that was enabled by the draft from South Team. I kind of get where they're coming from, but I also feel like, if you don't have the Beastmaster, the Bristle's not going to feel as impactful. And now they grab the Zeus. Either a mid or a 5 Zeus. Not a big fan, because if it is a mid Zeus, Puck actually kind of owns that guy. It's kind of the same thing we saw with the Void Spirit against Zeus. Sure, they lost, but you could see how the Void Spirit was strong, only died once. Hopefully it's going to be a 5 here for South.
As now we see what Balrogs will decide to pick going in some reserve time. And perhaps we will see a mid lane Zeus, or possibly the position 5 we have spoken about before.
I would like to see a Dazzle here. I feel like the heal is pretty good versus Doom. You get some wave clear against the Visage Birds, and I think Grave is pretty good. So maybe that's something they'll try to do here.
Possibly. As still thinking about it, Balrogs still got themselves quite a bit of reserve time. We know that South Team were absolutely spot on with what they wanted to pick, and my god, did they deliver with their Bristleback pick, but using a little bit of reserve time this time. But still, what could Balrogs pick here against?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind any sort of safe heroes. I think Abba is often picked as well. Like having that shield and the heal really makes Doom's life a little bit harder. Obviously, it's a far Doom, but still wouldn't mind that to dispel the Grave Chew of the Visage. So yeah, there's a lot of safe heroes available. We could see also the Wyvern, pretty good versus Visage Birds in general. It has catch for the Zeus. As long as you get the curse, it kind of sets up the coil on the Puck or the tiny blink toss. So That's also a direction they could go, but they're definitely using their time here.
They're thinking about it. They're trying to channel their inner brain cells and think about what they want to pick, and they get themselves Undying. I don't know how good that hero is. You can kill the Tombstone very quickly with the Visage Familiars. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, I mean, they do less damage to the Tombstone, but they do damage and they attack fast, so sure.
5 seconds
I think they're going for this very team fight style, so having the Coil and the Tombstone together is definitely like strong.
Yeah.
But I am not sure I hate I rate this Undying hero very highly. Maybe they're just banking on the fact that this Zeus is mid and they're not gonna have like any hero besides the Visage that actually... Yeah, they're just going for Omega team fight. We're gonna group up and we're gonna be strong. And they respond with a Lifestealer. Lots of attack speed on that guy. But I don't like that hero.
Yeah.
So South team.
I
do feel like this is that's a downgrade from the first draft. You know, you trade Beastmaster for Visage. You know, that one's fine. But then you trade the beautiful Bristleback for a Lifestealer. I think Lifestealer, it definitely has its place. I don't see this game as like an amazing Lifestealer game so far, besides the Tombstone, but probably we're gonna see some Cliff Tombstones, which means Lifestealer is even gonna struggle to get vision of that, so not a big fan. And now time for the last bans here. We see some Enigmas being removed, so they're... Yeah, Balrogs definitely like an off-laner, and South team, either a 5 or a mid, depending on how they decide to place the Zeus.
I always knew you had something against Lifestealer, especially when you called him the... what was it? The lower pick from Juggernaut. He's not a very good Juggernaut.
I mean, like, he has its place, you know, like if you see a Mars and there's like some, I don't know, some Snapfire hero, the Lifestealer can be pretty good, because then you're denying like lots of OTs and stuff. Yeah, I mean, that can usually happen if you go Lifestealer. That minus armor. Very annoying. The Zeus, I actually would like to see the Zeus being played as a 5 here, because you do have the little jump. The attack speed is low, move speed is low, actually annoys the Slider quite a bit. And they could get a mid that matches this buck. Something like an Invoker, maybe? I think Invoker Lifestealer is pretty strong, because it kind of makes up for the fact that Lifestealer doesn't scale as much. Then you just electrocute that guy, and he is unstoppable.
This is the second time, though, that South Team are indeed going to be playing against a Luna. So we'll see if Balrogs are able to, not to diss anyone here, but perhaps do a better job on the Luna, maybe perhaps be more impactful than we saw in Game 1 against South Team, and kind of avenge the Luna pick.
Yeah, I actually script what I said, Invoker's banned, but you know, because of that Luna, one thing that they could do, probably not gonna do on South Team, is you could run the Visage as a 5 and pick a Night Stalker, because Night Stalker not only counters Puck very hard once you get a blink, but you do match the Luna vision in nighttime, which allows you to actually teamfight pretty well against Balrogs. But knowing Hermit, you know, he's just begging for the Visage. He says he's gonna break his items if they give him Night Stalker, so I don't think that option is very likely, unfortunately.
Okay, and really taking some reserve time to think about this. You've possibly said it could be, well, you would like to see possibly Night Stalker and Visage move as 5. But then it could also be another mid laner that they're looking for here and get themselves a Zeus 5. And it is. It looks to be Ember Spirit now. And actually, it looks to be Visage 3. And it will be. Yep. It'll be Hermit on the Visage and Monty on the Doom, with Louis on Zeus 5. So switching it up a bit this time. So James is not going to be on the Zeus. It's going to be Louis.
Alright. Yep, I like the Zeus 5 here. I think the attack speed is low and the move speed is low. Pretty good in that lane. Kind of helps Reyna deal with that counter a little bit. The Ember versus Puck is definitely a little bit sus. I feel like it can go both ways, but usually the Puck does have the better end of that matchup. The Puck Tiny combo also very scary for a hero like Ember. So I don't think this is going to be as easy as it was for South Team here. I think there's definitely better draft on the side of Balrogs. Arguably better players also. So if South Team want to remain Division 1, I'm sorry, Division 2, they're going to have to play a little bit better. Not they didn't play well, but I think they're going to have to step it up a bit.
I gotta say, this is some interesting animations from Doom that I've seen in Captain's Mode. I don't think I've ever seen a hero this active in animations before.
Definitely very anxious to start the game, and there we go.
Now, so we go in. It's going to be Benny on the Luna this time and flexing out that 14-6 Luna wins to South Team. And maybe perhaps they've got someone else to focus in mind now. There's an instantaneous smoke coming out from Balrogs. Want to try and move to their required positions as fast as humanly possible.
I still don't get this lifestealer pick. Playing as Puck, you know? I really struggle to maybe, you know, Renner's hero pool not the best right now. They also did steal the Luna. Maybe that's also a hero that he plays, and he felt like Lifestealer is the best hero left that he plays. But definitely doesn't strike me as a great Lifestealer game, so we'll see what he builds. Right now he has a Bracer, Facebook's Armlet queued up, nothing major or out of the ordinary.
As Doom coming in here to eat the first creep. But maybe, just maybe, Balrogs will take the opportunity to find themselves first blood. If they do see Monty.
A ward. Yeah. Probably safe.
Actually, 555 is actually camouflage within the trees, it looks like, with his set. They do find themselves the Doom. Will activate the Scorched Earth to get themselves the extra movement speed. And Hermit rotating in here also with the Soul Assumption. First level. So this spell does quite a lot at level 1. I think is around about 200 damage.
Which spell?
The Soul Assumption on Hermit.
Oh, no, it's like, yeah, 210. Level 1 on a 4-second cooldown. Pretty balanced spell, some would say. I guess it's actually 230 because you have the base damage on top of it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pretty good spell. And we have the mandatory pause as always. Alright, it's the mandatory siesta pause right now. So have you, did you have lunch, Epi?
I did have lunch.
Alright, so yeah, you can actually just get your chair down a little bit, close your eyes.
Yeah.
Usually would have some sort of classic music playing, you know, some bandolines maybe, or... oh yeah, there we go, that was pretty quick. Okay, everyone already had their siesta.
I mean, I don't have that, but I do have myself a cool fan during... I don't know how hot it is where you are, but I'm absolutely sweltering.
So hot. Jesus, there's a huge freaking light in front of my face.
I think last time you told me it was around about 30 plus degrees where you are, which is insane.
Yeah, you can definitely get that hot. It's not that hot today, but like because where I cast, I have to close all my windows and put blinds. It definitely gets a little bit hotter. It feels like a sauna sometimes.
Sauna? Oh no.
Yeah.
You don't want that when casting Dota.
Not really, but you know, sometimes it's what you get.
Walk out looking like you've done a workout.
Well, anyways, we do have a this Slaughter Tiny lane. It can definitely get scary here for Louis, especially because he started with level 1 Lightning Bolt. So until he has the Heavenly Jump, those tossbacks into the Slithering Crush are very scary. So you gotta play very far back here as Louis. Because if you do allow the toss to connect, it's a very sad proposition here.
Well, I think he tried to attempt to do it then, but was just out of range. There is the toss. There is the Slithering Crush, which we spoke about. And the Avalanche. Will this be enough to take down Louis? Fairy Fire will be committed. No, it will not. We'll be able to survive.
Yeah, sometimes it's even like worse to be in the situation as dying. I'm sure it would be first blood, so you don't want to feed that, but right now, with no HP, no resources, sometimes Lewis would prefer to actually die because he would come back, you know, with maybe salves for the Lifestealer, full man and HP. And now, yeah, just trying to go for a pull. All right, it's okay. If he actually gets this pull off, it's definitely value, even if he is kind of useless.
How's it looks for the bottom lane? It's 6 last hits on Hermit here. Want to get the
the base damage of Visage is very sad. So usually, you know, you don't really get a lot of last hits. So all you care about Visage is the levels, which right now he's doing okay. Only 3 denies on Luna, and not really a lot of pressure coming from this Undying. Like he actually trades well versus Monty, but Visage has that slow. Very unlikely he dies.
You have been denied.
So, on the top, ourselves Queen Tekka trying to get into position for the toss and Sliverine Crush combination. The Heavenly Jump is there. Where is the... Oh, they have enough damage there. They will be able to get first blood onto Louis, even without the Bash of the Deeps. Nice to
This
play
lane's gonna become really scary for Zeus. Like they've had first blood now. Queen Tekka already level 3 with that double bracer. Very unlikely that this Larder ever dies. So I don't know. South team with this choice of the Lifestealer really feel like they're gonna get away with a lot. This Larder hero, you know, he gives Roche. He's a super active guy. Starting to get the chills here that this might not be an easy game like we saw in game 1 against the G-Pride guys.
As in last hits right now, all the cores looking completely fine, apart from Visage on around about 9, but we spoke about that, of course. He only cares about those levels. But Luna doing very nice in denying the CS here, but another kill on the top lane. Oh, they do find a kill on the Tiny, but in return it looks like it's going to be Reyna who will fall in return, and maybe another kill for this top lane. A few more physical attacks are needed, and Queen Tekka will find the kill on the Slaughter.
I love this build. No boots, no Guardian Sprint. He just goes for the I'm gonna slap your face build, and it's working really well. He just doesn't die because of all that HP regen.
Meanwhile, they do commit Tombstone bottom, and Jesus, look at this Soul Assumption do the damage there onto Benny, but Benny doesn't have a care in the world using those 1 charges. And cancels the TP with the Lucent Beam and gets the double kill. The double kill will actually go to 555 on the Undying, so going to be a stonking support here that we see right now, but that was a TP committed, so it's going to be Visage on his own. I mean, I guess he'll benefit from the experience now with Monty not being here, but be a little bit more dangerous now, considering he's on his own. And meanwhile, an avalanche like toss. There's Queen Tekka coming in with the Sliverine Crush once again, and Louis not able to jump away there with that Heavenly Jump. It's a killing spree for the Slaughter.
Oh man, this is it's getting out of control. Like, look at the Luna base damage. Almost 100. It does not even count in the Quelling Blade there, and Hermit with 61, and that terrible projectile speed. So it's kind of bound to be a hard laning stage, but if you also feed kills on top of it, then it definitely becomes hard. The Zeus doesn't really want to go back top, doesn't have boots, and this Larder's level 6. He is just gonna get such fast timings. I'm very scared for South Team this game. And we talked about mid. It's not like James owns the puck or anything. Like, the CS is fine, but as the game develops, he will struggle against the puck.
Was able to snatch up that power rune though, grab himself the regeneration. Using right now to clean the wave quickly. And look at this. Lifestealer now rotating to the jungle, so Slaughter, Queen Tekka pretty much has a free lane right now. Got the power treads, going for the blink dagger, should be finishing that up fairly soon in around about 4 to 5 minutes. Meanwhile, there is some action going on here within the river. They found themselves Louis, but no, never mind. They may have found themselves Puck. Never mind, Louis, as they're trying to go for a Robo-Z, but will be able to rift away. But no mana remaining. James won't be able to find that kill there with the sleight of fist. A valiant attempt, but still won't be able to find that kill.
Is under attack.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Just forcing the coil means that there's not going to be like a Slardar rotation with the coil to kill someone. Even though you don't kill the puck, it just really slows down the pace of the game that is already pretty high on South team. The tower, look how much damage. Quinteka is not a hero that pushes tower as well, but he's just shoving the wave, tanking some tower hits. And Slardar has to, I mean, the lifesteal has to invest.
That is Louis dead. Jesus, 2 hits is all it takes. With especially this corrosive haze.
This is very rough. Are you familiar with soccer memes in any shape, sort of form?
Soccer
Dire's
memes?
middle tower is
Yeah,
under
have you heard
attack.
of the 7-1?
What, Germany?
Yeah, Germany versus Brazil. That's what we have right now.
We call it football here in the UK. We don't call it soccer.
Oh, sorry. I mean, yeah, I always we also call it football, but I'm so used to say soccer because foreigners. Yeah, exactly. Rotation though, they do find a Tony.
Oh, tries to go for the avalanche there, but the enrage is there in return and will be able to protect himself against the avalanche. But a 3-man Sliverine Crush will help Quinteka escape from that potential onslaught.
Yeah, no points in chains. I think if James was level 8, maybe they would be able to dive Quinteka. There's no TP available for Robo-Z right now, which would be very good for them. But still, getting some of those kills kind of alleviate the network advantage.
Rotation, the double damage and the toss back on from Monty will be thrown back and bullied here within the mid lane. It's a kill actually going to Pamplona.
Yeah, but I know Hermit finally got his 6, and now that hero is, Visage is a hero again. He's able to farm ancients, shove waves, and hopefully he's going to scale mid though.
Oh no, they got themselves a coil. Avalanche, look at that double damage doing so much there, and the silence comes out. James is just going to be annihilated within this coil. Just now, Louis in some trouble. Never mind, Heavenly Jump is indeed there. Will be able to get himself back. They're destroying an observer ward there, and they're going to smoke up as 3. Head themselves to the bottom. Maybe Hermit is in some trouble
Radiant's
here.
bottom tower is under attack.
Need to scout with those familiars. We'll be able to scout there, but he's in some trouble. Oh, they actually may find the kills there onto the familiars. No, they won't. They'll just survive.
Nice bolt there. Finds the ward. Yeah, I mean, they hold, but the prospects this game are just hard. Like, you have this Luna that farms at triple the speed of the Lifestealer. A Lifestealer that already lost his tower. This jungling against a level 9 Slardar. By the way, has Blink flying to him right now.
Yeah, I was about to mention that.
Yeah, I feel like with a rotation towards mid, Quinteka is not even showing. Look how he's microing the courier. That's really beautiful. If he rotates towards mid now with the catapult, this could be a death sentence to South team.
James is showing himself on the lane. They're actually going to TP bottom though instead. It's towards maybe perhaps Hermit. They will commit the tombstone here. And Sliverine Crush will land on target, and Jesus, 3 hits is all it takes to decimate the Visage.
It's insane. Like, if you click on the Flash Golem, when he attacks someone, there's a 25% damage amplification. With Corrosive Haven on top of it, like, the heroes are taking like 40% more damage. They find the puck, but they don't really have a way to cast Doom on Robo-Z.
Well, meanwhile, they do get a Dream Coil as well, and Avalanche and Sliverine Crush just locking James in place. No chance to even use a Remnant. Mega kill for the Slardar.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Really looking nasty for South team, isn't it, Bowie?
Are fortified.
I mean, that's what happens when you pick Lifestealer 4th pick. It's very often not a great idea. This Zeus just got totally dished in lane.
Oh no, Hermit in some trouble again. Sliverine Crush is there. Avalanche as well. Does have himself one more familiar, but it's not going to be enough to stun up Balrogs, as he will be found again, and the kill going towards Benny.
I mean, they have no way. Like, their supports are they're terrible before level 6. Like, Lewis doesn't have his Thunder God's Wrath, so this hero doesn't do anything right now. The Doom, without Blink, also struggles to do anything.
Yeah.
And it feels like they don't have no core to play around, and it just makes this game very painful for anyone on the side of South team. Another smoke. I
James
think
is
James
just being
might just
caught
die.
all the time.
He
by
has
the
no
Dream
remnant,
Coil.
by the way.
They may be caught again. This is Slivering Crush is there, and the Dream Coil as well, along with the Corrosive Haze. Where can you go? You can't go anywhere, because just locked in place and leashed once again. Can't Remnant out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They are totally lost on the side of South team. Like, sure, you have this armlet on Rena, but it doesn't do anything. The Luna is accelerating, taking your bottom tower. They just need to wait for this Blink on Doom and just try not to feed kills. Because no, the smokes are going to wear off on Balrogs eventually. I think this is the last one that they bought. On the Tiny is faring one right now, and that's the last one. So if you can at least like not bleed any core kills and finish the Blink on Doom, that's when they'll start to look good again on the side of South team.
As what can South team really do here? I mean, James on Ember still opting to go for the Maelstrom to try and keep on scaling up, and Farm does not want to go for the BKB right now. Just wants a scalable item which will help him. Soon we'll have ourselves Blink Dagger on Doom. He's about to get it 100 gold away, and then we may see them take advantage of the Blink and Doom.
Is under attack.
Yeah, I really feel like this Maelstrom is a huge mistake from South team. I don't think he'll ever finish BKB if he goes for that. But as I said, Blink finally gets purchased. I think it is smoke time instantly here. Ideally, you jump the puck, but even killing this Queen Tekka's Larder that has a mega kill streak would be very beneficial for them.
Now they just group up and head to take themselves the middle tower. They will commit Tombstone just for their protection and their vision. Stop the creep wave here as well. I don't think there's going to be any response here at all, as Benny also showing up will help in taking out this middle tower.
I don't know what they're doing. They're farming with this Ember instead of...
They're pinging Ember. They're pinging Ember. Slardar will be TPing, but James, his spider senses are tingling. He's going to Remnant and TP away. What do we do with the Blink now?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They have a smoke on Lewis, but they're not using it. Instead, they're forcing this bottom tower whilst they rotate the Doom. I don't mind this play, but I also feel like it's just way too passive. It doesn't feel like the South team will watch at all.
Got ourselves the level 6 on Louis now, so is of course able to activate that Thunder God's Wrath every 2 minutes to just give South team the information that they need to see where they can farm, move around.
The problem that I see is if they keep playing bottom here, it's just so easy for them to go Roche and Balrogs. The Undying OT plus the Corrosive Haze on Roche is like, they'll Roche in 5 seconds. That's
James, maybe in some trouble here as Puck rotating in. The Arcane, never mind. Remnant will be used. Doesn't have much mana, James does, gotta be real careful here, but close to getting a Maelstrom now.
Rena went for the Sanj, now going for the Deso.
They're all grouped up, Balrogs are. Very close meanwhile, Louis. Ooh, gotta be careful because Pamplona ran on top of him. Avalanche and toss, that is gonna be Zoop to death. Cleaned off and signed
they
off
stacked
with
for the
Ritz.
Luna. That's beautiful. They just made a double stack for her. That's so kind.
And now cleaning up this double stack here as well within the triangle. What can they do? Other than just let it happen.
Lovely present.
As Blink Dagger also incoming on the puck on Robo-Z. We'll have another form of initiation now. Maelstrom retrieved on Ember. At what cost? BKB will be the next. I mean, it'll be some wave clear at least. They'll have some safe wave clear with the Maelstrom and the Sleight of Fist if it does intend on going to tier 3s. But
what I feel
tier
is
3s,
if you just want to farm, then you should have probably just bought a Midas on this Doom. I feel like you buy Blink on Monty, and now he's a support that is not scaling. He's not using that Blink to anything. And it's gonna take 4,000 gold for the James Ender to ever have BKB, and you know, with the pace this game is going, maybe that doesn't even ever happen. So I just feel like, you know, as a team, if you really want to play like that, then Doom should have probably just played Midas or like something else. Because this Blink, he has it for 5 minutes, never used it.
And they got themselves Aegis now on Luna as well. So now they have the tools to... Oh no, Louis in some trouble, being tossed back by Pamplona. They find the kill. But yeah, with this Aegis, they now have the tools that they need. Start pressuring the tier 2s and possibly the tier 3 towers now as well. As you can see, James really making sure that he has knowledge of the team so that he can farm safely for this BKB very far away. As all 3 cores on the side of Balrogs are sitting up there comfortably. Lifestealer not too far behind, opting to go here. Let's just a Sange for some resistance. Oh dear, they found themselves Hermit. There's Queen Tekka coming in here with the Blink. Where is it? There it is. Pamplona.
They have vision of the little bird? Oh, they don't give away the ward.
Uh-oh, Monty though. He's been found. He can't kill the 2. Oh no, he can't kill the zombies. He can't blink away. The blink cancelled again. Can he blink away? No, there's the Lucent Beam. Go on, he's gonna get it. It's on cooldown again. Can he blink away? No, the beam again! Can he blink away? He's so close! He's in the river. They will commit Eclipse. Oh dear. He really wanted to blink, but could not blink.
Yeah, that's a sad game here for South Team. Barely any playtime, and I mean, I don't blame them. I think this combination of draft and item decisions just made this game pretty much impossible. They still need to smoke. It's not like the gold advantage is like problematic, but this gold advantage is also just masked by the fact that Doom inflates his net worth a lot. So it's not like this net worth is on this Lifestealer or on the Ember, right? Getting close to that BKB. He's still very far away from those items.
That's now, Doom in some trouble a second time. Nowhere to blink. We'll just have to eat a creep as he falls to the hands of Benny. And meanwhile, they even find a kill on Louis within the triangle here, with Pamplona just sitting around South Team's triangle. I mean, Ogre Axe retrieved now on James, but still quite a long while before you can obtain that BKB. I mean, real difficult now. I mean, Blinks on 3 heroes on Balrogs. Blink on Tiny, Blink on Slardar. Speaking of Blink on Slardar, look at that damage. Louis is just 2 shots from the physical damage there of Slardar and the Lucent Beam from Benny.
Dire's bottom tower
On the
is
Luna.
under attack.
Rough game.
Meanwhile, Avalanche, Toss, along with the Corrosive Haze. There'll be a kill there indeed onto Monty. This is just a dominant showing of stomping from Balrogs right now. 20 minutes in, they have more kills than they do through the time that they played this game. It's practically a kill a minute right now.
Yeah, I mean, this game just makes me kind of pissed. I really feel like they shot themselves in the foot with the way they itemized. Like, it was not an easy draft by any means. I really feel like Balrogs had a better draft, but they're just all over the place. It feels like they're very lost, which, you know, I don't blame them. This is a very important match. Nerves come into play. But, yeah, like, they're farming towards something, you know, whether it's next year, next DPC, I am not sure. But they keep farming, whilst the sports just, like, they leave the base and they die.
Yeah, Louis has no chance right now. I mean, what can he do? He can't even farm camps. Trying to go for this shard, Louis is actually. Get himself the static field.
Oof. The Luna is as fat as a Luna can be. They're gonna smoke again. Feels like they had infinite smokes. Like, I'm very impressed with how many smokes they were able to use this game. Feels like they have more than they're allowed to.
Being found here with the avalanche. Where's the rotations? There it is. Dream coil. No escape. They will find the kill onto James. Still a long while away from this BKB.
I'm pretty sure he would have BKBs if he didn't go for that Maelstrom. But, yeah. Looks like Lifestealer still forming on the Ancients. All of the wards are aggressively positioned, right?
Oh. To avoid there the... Oh, wait, blink. Yes, he did blink. TP on the cliff. We'll be able to get out. Nice little play there from Monty on the dude.
Cool.
Radiant's
Courier killed by
has
Renna.
been killed. Dire's top tower is under attack.
TP stop.
And, okay, so Ren is actually opting here to not finish off the Halberd, but go a Desolate on the Lifestealer. What do you think about this item choosing here for the light? Do you think this will be enough? Maybe perhaps then Lifestealer can... Because we haven't seen a Blink Doom yet. Not once. Like, Balrogs have always had the upper hand. They've been the ones to initiate. Maybe perhaps when we... Oh, steal it. We've... Okay. Alright, it's South Team. We want to decide to initiate now. They're going to give the surprise to Balrogs. And Desolator has been achieved on the Lifestealer.
Oh, wow.
So they're smoking
All right, let's go, guys. Let's go. They want to play Dota 2.
Queen Tekka does have a BKB, though. Queen Tekka does have a BKB. They scouts out there. Slaw Dart as the BKB comes out there, but they need to use... They're not going to use it. They're not going to use it, and they'll just fall. As it rage is used, Renner is just going to run. Dream Coil has been connected down to both James and Louis. James in some trouble, being bashed up there by the Sliverine Crush and the bash of the Deeps. It's a disaster for South Team.
Yep, it's way too late. They're too far behind. And also, like, they didn't... They were not certain of that. They never used the Doom. The Visage never even cast the Wraith Pact. So, there's definitely some internal communication problems going on. And feels like they're not going to have enough time to solve them because their base is in shambles.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's a middle set of... I feel like they should have just doomed the Slaughter there, and then he had himself BKB. And that could have potentially been a kill if that were to happen, because then you wouldn't be too afraid, and you can output the magical damage, sorry.
Yeah, they're very close to this BKB on the Doom now, so I also feel like the smoke is just weird. There's no Roche up, so... Pretty weird game from South Team, not gonna lie. They're
pretty desperate here
definitely, for something. Yeah, they're desperate. They got the bad end of the stick in the draft as well, so they're probably not feeling comfortable at all with the picks they have.
I mean, Halberd next on the agenda, and Lord. That's a Wraith Pact on a +5 right now. 24 minutes, 25 minutes in.
A lot of damage amplification, a lot of damage reduction. Not like South Team really has a lot of damage because they only have 2 kills, but now you have to like kill the Undying maybe, because he actually packs a lot with the Tombstone and that item. You kind of want to burst that guy. Do you really want to Doom an Undying though? Not sure about that, because they don't have any other like hard lockdown to kill the Undying fast enough, I think.
I mean, they could just end the game now, I think, Balrogs. I mean, Roshan's spawning in around about 20 seconds. And they are more than comfortable at taking this, but if only they had smoked a little bit later when this Roshan was going to spawn up. And if they were taking the Roshan, it could be a big initiation. Because they do have the Centaur Stomp, if I'm correct, on the Doom. Yes, they do. And the BKB has been achieved. Maybe perhaps we could see something. You know... We can hope, we can pray, as this pause will be used by South Team to reaccumulate their morale, think about what they can do differently to maybe perhaps get themselves a little bit of a turning point, but it's very difficult when they're 17k net worth ahead.
Definitely. But I mean, they don't know, right? So maybe they feel like it's only 14k, and that could be the boost of morale they need. You never really know what's the actual gold advantage. So sometimes not knowing is better, some would say. Let's see if they can connect a good smoke here. Ideally, that you would like to get some vision on Roche because it's spawning, but they don't feel confident, and the smoke just wears off.
Oh, and Roche just walks out as they ping it. I don't know why Roche actually walked out there. It's now the Undergod's Wrath used there. They get themselves the Doom onto Queen Tekka. That one's going to be a kill there indeed. BKB's committed. They find themselves 5-5-5 as well here. That's going to be another kill. But Luna coming in now with the Eclipse. Is this going to be enough damage to take them out? No, they're still able to hold. The Dream Core coming out. It's going to be able to connect there. Onto 2. They found themselves Hermit and Possible. Oh, they've turned it around. They found themselves Puck and Pamplona. Self team. They've just turned it around out of nowhere. They found themselves 4 kills, possibly 5. Hammering into Benny. How the heck have they just turned this around? They get themselves a triple kill on Reyna. How in God's name did they just turn this around? Absolutely huge plays there. They doomed the right targets. They did what they had to do. And by Lord, they've just increased their net worth by around about 6,000 gold.
It's not only that, there's a double damage right in front of the Roche pit that if they actually had the audacity of check, I'm sure they could have maybe forced it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dude, this is huge. This is actually huge. There was no buyback on the Slaughter, no buyback on anyone on Balrogs. So
Luna's down for another 40 seconds. I mean, they could try, but Doom's down. But they do have themselves the BKB. Oh, they found it. Are they going to go for it? They are. They're choosing to go for the Roshan. Now trying to take it here with this double damage. Level 20. Oh no, they found themselves 5-5-5 again as now the BKB has been committed there. They will find themselves the kill on 2. Oh no, but the bashes of the deep. Can James get out? He uses his Slayer Fist, but it's not going to be enough. The buyback has to be committed in order to secure this Roshan. Are they going to be able to get themselves the Aegis? Yes, they do. Monty comes in there with a life-saving Centaur Stomp and stops Balrogs from taking them that Aegis. There's now Queen Tekka in some trouble. That BKB is going to expire, and they find themselves a kill again onto the Slaughter.
You get the horns.
How? In names as they just turn this around. Now gone from 2 to 10 kills, taking out Slaughter a second time.
that double damage was so clutch. Like, there's no way Reyna would have enough damage to do all of that if it was not for the double damage. So, you know, one piece of luck just led to another, and somehow they, you know, this game is now kind of winnable. It was like a 95% chance, a 99% chance they would win, and now it's only an 86, and now actually declining quite a bit with this Lifestealer getting so many levels. Alright, looks like we have a game here. Alright.
I mean, South Team, they have taken advantage of that as well, that, you know, they did kill Balrogs once again when the team was kind of semi-split up, like they weren't together, they weren't compiled, they weren't ready. And indeed, South Team did take advantage of that for the second time and pounce on top of them. So if they can find some mislinings in Balrog's thinking and abuse some misplays, then maybe we might see this game turn around. I think they're still in it, though. Possibly.
No, they're definitely still in it. I feel like the matchup's still awful for the Lifestealer, having the Larder there. He's super farmed. It was just they were too cocky on the side of Balrogs. The heroes were split. They didn't really had any vision around the big jungle on the side of South Team, and it just allowed for that smoke to connect. And you know, the double damage was the cherry on top of it all. Right now, I really feel like they should have probably just dodged South Team a bit, you know, just give away some tier 1 towers, give away some map control. They still have the net worth advantage. If you fight now, you might just give away way too much.
As we do have ourselves Pamplona sitting on the high ground here, blinking away. They did go in for a scan. They did go for a scan, South Team do, but Tiny scuttled away. I'll be there right now, but are they thinking of smoking up? We do have ourselves a Lincoln Sphere now on Benny to protect himself against the Doom. And we have ourselves an Assault Cuirass as well on Queen Tekka. So they're still definitely in this. I mean, they are showing themselves, South Team are. They have to be really careful, though. They're only showing red. They are aware that South Team are indeed sitting right behind Reyna.
Radiant's top tower.
And they're going to run in now.
Very bold.
Queen Tekka, he's bold, he's ready, he's going to go for... Oh, blinks away just in time! As now, Searing Chains has been committed there, the BKB, but in return, the Doom. Queen Tekka cannot do anything. Louis has just been decimated. He's going to buy back within this. They're focusing now, 555. He will fall instantaneously. Meanwhile, trying to lock in place Queen Tekka. And they're going to find the kill there indeed. Will find two. And maybe perhaps they want to try and find more, with Slaughter being down for about a minute.
I really feel like Balrogs is digging their own grave right now. There's no need for that play. It's not like South Team was gonna go high ground. Like, they still had a tier 1. They could have probably just keep farming on the Luna. Now they actually committed a lot of spells trying to go for that. They committed a BKB on the Slaughter too. He has no buyback. They could poke high ground here on South Team. And it's 40 seconds without Slaughter.
As now they head for the tier 3. As Desolator and Assault Crash trying to hammer into that tier 3 tower, but Benny being relentless with that Moonglaive damage, pushing back the lifestealer. Just these last few fights recently that Luna has not been involved. Only been a Slaughter. They just get split up. It's like a in knowledge blinding light how all of Balrogs get pushed away from each other and not able to protect. 'Cause as you saw there, Queen Tekka was all the way at the small camp up here and was completely split apart from the rest of the team. But meanwhile, though, the Dream Coil has been committed. It is going to be broken. Does have BKB ready, and BKB will be just in time before the Sliverine Crush can land. So that's Dream Coil down. South Team want to try and do something about this. I don't know, maybe you want to get back. Enrage will be used there, and Louis going to try and TP out. Will be able to. Well, this Aegis about to expire. That was the right choice there. You disengage. The Aegis expiring now.
Still though, I feel like they gave way too much away. Balrogs, they were in a very comfortable position. Now this is anyone's game. South Team, no, this Doom, he now scaled quite a bit. We'll have a Shivas. This makes the lifesteal on the Luna much worse. This makes the attack speed that they have a lot of physical damage.
Oh my gosh.
Meaningless.
Shivas God. Bowie, it feels like Visage is the is the pos for right now. Like, Monty has been doing so much. I mean, he's above net worth of the Ember Spirit.
That's what Doom does. Okay.
Oh, the God's Wrath. It does indeed scout out. That's a beautiful Centaur Stomp lands onto 2. Monty does it again. They find themselves Luna. Not able. The Lincoln Sphere does not protect against that Doom. And they find themselves 2. That landed on Puck as well. That Centaur Stomp providing so much. As now they head for more. Possibly a tier 2 tower. As the familiar scout out Queen Tekka there. Can they jump right on top of him? Yes, they can with another Centaur Stomp. The BKB, it has been committed. Are they able to cancel that Blink Dagger there? No, they're not. Queen Tekka will be able to get himself out.
I have no words. Like, this is such a, like, you know, combination of South Team being very patient, actually playing really well when it mattered, and Balrogs also just being way too reckless, way too bold. Like, that smoke when the Aegis was up on South Team, totally useless, totally unnecessary, and now they're gonna even out the barracks here. Look at the damage of the birds with the deaths on.
Oh my lord. As now they head right into the racks, get themselves they won't get themselves the range, but they'll get themselves the important one. They'll get themselves the melee racks.
I mean, that's huge. Gold advantage, totally even, and I don't know, all of those heroes in South Balrogs that were looking really good, now they feel pretty bad. Also, when the Doom initiated there, what broke the Lincolns was the Fey Grenade on the Doom. So he got the War Stomp into the Fey Grenade into the Doom. That's how they were able to kill Benny. And he kind of feels so powerless because of they are never really initiating fights.
They're going to initiate that. Oh no, but Slaughter's been absolutely destroyed again as he gets stomped in place trying to initiate there onto Hermit. And Puck's going to fall as well from the insane damage coming out from South Team. That's because Visage, he has himself the Agnims, just goes into stone form and they can't do anything. a misplay there, and the rest of the team from Balrogs not able to get into position. Thought it was going to be a lovely cheeky pick-off, but just turns out to lose 2 cores, and it could be possibly GG now as they head down mid with the tier 4 towers open for annihilation.
Radiant's middle barracks are under Radiant's
Like the last 4 or 3 fights, it felt like Quintek is always just going by himself or with just with one hero. When like the strength of their draft is grouping up. Like you have Tombstone, you have Luna, you want to play as 5, and they're playing as 1 or 2. And I never saw someone win the lane as hard as he did and just throw it all away.
It's 63% win probability. 70% win probability. It's going down like a roller coaster. It's now.
over, dude.
They've done the impossible, South team. But they've got themselves the megas. How on earth did this happen? Just I gotta say, Monty is, you know, they got the time for Doom there, got himself the BKB with the Centaur Stomp. Turns out to be the best ability they could possibly hope for. As Roshan, they do look to scatter it out, but it won't be up until around about a minute and a half. But Lord Almighty, Monty really doing it there with the Centaur Stomp.
Definitely, he played really well. You know, I feel like I disagree with the way the South team played a big part of this game, but when it mattered, you know, they still played really well. They were not tilted. You know, a lot of teams in a position like that, 27-2, your Ember just dying, all the supports dying. I think Luis was 0-9 at some point, maybe 0-11. But they clicked buttons. They got blessed with a double damage when it really, really mattered. And now we're here. The Life Stealer has an Abyssal.
They have themselves megas. How this game just a point set, never give up. 99%, and now it's in 79% favor of South team. So it is practically just gone around completely.
Yeah, I mean, they still have Luna, right? So, I mean, I said the game's over, but they actually can defend their barracks, like their base really well. Because you have Luna, you have Tiny, you have Puck, lots of AoE there. But I think this Tiny has, look at his inventory. He's going Hyperstone. He understands that he kind of has to build carry now just so they can deal with the waves.
Yeah. I mean, Luna, I feel like she's got too many defensive items as well. Like on Betty, because you've got yourself the Lincolns, but you're not able to do the damage. I mean, do you think like Satanic would have been better here? Because even though that you do get yourself doomed, you can still heal through it, right? And maybe a Butterfly.
I agree. I agree. I really feel like with the way their draft's supposed to be played, which is get Aegis, group up, do stuff, you're totally right. Like, as long as she has like Satanic Butterfly Scotty and everyone's together, the Undying is supposed to heal her. Everyone's supposed to protect Benny, but they're not playing the way their draft's supposed to be played. And now Benny kind of got debated into these items that, you know, he's like, all right, I'm getting initiated, I'm getting jumped, and it's just not working for them.
It's because they were so ahead that Benny probably felt safe as, oh, I can go these defensive items. I have enough damage anyway. And then two or three team fights later, they just scale up, and now they're in the lead with 10k net worth advantage.
Yeah, you're totally right. Still, though, feels like Dota Plus still not giving that much of a win probability to South team, even despite all of that, which just speaks heaps to how strong Balrog's draft's supposed to be. It's crazy we ended up here in the first place, but you know, if these Aegis now, South team could even like farm a little bit more before they go for the jugular. Their draft is not that great at pushing if everyone on Balrogs is alive. They just put a tombstone behind the Ancient. So this might, even though it looks kind of hopeless, this might still take some 10 minutes until like Balrogs tries to go for an offensive play, or you know, South team kind of rushes to win this game. I don't think they are in any rush though.
As what can really Balrogs do right now? They're grouped up, but you know, they pushed out the waves. But what else can they do? They don't have any vision right now. Like practically none, as you can see. Just Slardar running around within the fog here.
Another double damage. Oh god.
They've got themselves another one. Oh dear. I mean, James has the bottle ready. You can just give it to the Lifestealer. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Bottled up that beautiful double damage, and the Infest and the The smoke of deceit begins. Monty, with this centaur stomp, he prowls for his next target. Going through the trees. Wants to find it. He blinks right on top of Slardar and doomed again. That is Slardar's death for sure. Will Fall does have himself buyback though. They find the Luna and Luna's just going to be melted and decimated. The Aeon Disc, it has proc there, but 555 going to fall from the damage there of the Remnants, and Slardar's going to die again even though he activated himself BKB because the bashes just bash through him. Slardar dead. It's a dieback and look what's happened here. They've done the impossible. Balrogs, they call GG, and South Team win this second best of one. No one thought this was going to happen. They thought this was a clean victory from Balrogs, but South Team just go no. And they win this second best of one.
I mean, yeah, Balrogs, they were way too bold and cocky with some of their decisions later on. I feel like Queen Tekka specifically, just they were playing way too separate when they could have just, you know, waited the ages out, and I'm sure they could have still taken that game. They already had mid lane of barracks. But also, you know, that doesn't really take away from South Team playing pretty packed together. They really didn't make any mistakes after the laning stage. They fed a lot, but a lot of those kills were just support kills, whilst the cores were being pretty greedy, you know, and I say cores because the Doom was kind of a core, just because he ended up, you know, getting that BKB, the Shivas later on. And yeah, I mean, South Team, I really had big hopes for them, so I'm glad to see that they finally kind of cleared up and they are definitively going to stay in Division 2. I really feel like the names in that team, they're not that known, but they will be, because these guys are growing a lot. They have, you know, bright futures ahead of them. And they, you know, against all odds, it was 1% chance, and it ends with a 99. This, you know, very rare games where you can actually see that. So pretty fun to be here, and I think this is it, Epi. Very entertaining game.
It was, but unfortunately, you know, of course, it's gonna. I mean, just look at the graph though. The graph is insane. I'm looking at it myself, and it goes from all the way to the top in around about before 30 minutes, and just dives down like some kind of free fall roller coaster. It's baffling to say the least, and you know, this is what Dota provides entertainment for, you know, so many people, and it's done that. But yeah, it'll be sad to see you go, but we'll be blessed with another analyst. So thank you, Bowie, for joining me and blessing you with your brain. Thank gosh, because mine can't handle that. But yeah, it's been great. Would you say who's your MVP? Who you going to give that MVP to that game? I've got one in mind.
Monty.
Yeah, Monty.
I think it definitely has to be Monty. Like, when it mattered, he was the one that actually got those dooms. Even though there was that Lincoln's on Luna, he was so... There was no vision when he blinked. He was spot on. He just got the BKB, stomp into Fake Grenade, into the Doom. No chance for reactions there. No 4-steps on Balrogs or anything. He was really quick. And that one play matters so much. You know, they... Sure, they got the double damage afterwards, but if they don't get that play, there's no way they ever win that game. So it was definitely clutch for Monty.
Yeah. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Bowie. Thank you very so much for joining us for the analysis of these two games. I'm going to be joined by another analyst. Hopefully, fingers crossed, but it is indeed going to be South Team who claim that second game. But don't worry, because Balrogs are going to be playing another game for a best of one tiebreaker. They're going to be going against Gorilla's Pride, who South Team actually went against previously. So stay tuned within the next few minutes, and we'll be back with that game shortly. Take care.